talk about the brain and how we can really infect it and impact it, is that when you're better hydrated, you have better transitional effects and flows from different brainwave frequencies and moderation throughout that. And so what we find is while you're actually just breathing it, you're actually doing a lot of work to keep the derma sublayers and different layers hydrated, and also the exchange patterns and pathways open up as well.
Hey BrainTap Nation, we're here at the Biohacking Conference. This is one of my favorite technologies. We have it at the clinic in New Bern, and I'm going to have Brendan here tell us a little bit about it, but what he's doing here is, Dr. Charles here is actually getting his brain tuned up with some hydrogen, the benefits of hydrogen. So tell us a little bit about what's happening here.
Sure, so what we're doing is we're creating a stable hydrogen molecule called H2, and we're using an advanced technology called proton membrane exchange. And we're using a platinum barrier to actually trigger that process to create a neutral hydrogen state that we can then inhale into the body, or we can have headphones or goggles to get more penetration and permeation into the brain and different areas of the body. When you inhale the hydrogen, it acts as first a respiratory aid because it acts as a cleanser, an anti-inflammatory or antioxidant agent, which then can go all throughout the body and help with different processes. So it increases your lung capacitance and enables you to actually have a better functional body. Secondary effect of that is also it hydrates the body. So you can then have your body have a higher efficacy for what it's doing. And anytime you enable the body, it allows the body to do all types of tertiary effects that enable you to do so much better at regenerative healing, anti-aging, and anti-inflammatory responses.
A lot of people are drinking hydrogen in a bottle. And one of the fascinating facts I saw was that it's like hundreds of times more effective doing this. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
When you're drinking the water, you're getting anywhere from 3,000 parts per million to 5,000 parts per million. In some cases, if you have a really extreme tablet, it could be like 9,000. And what we're doing here is we're taking about 600 milliliters per minute. And so when you times that out to the 15-minute valid therapy option, or if you're doing a recreational device, which is a 300 flow rate, you're getting about 4,500 milliliters of hydrogenated hydrogen, right? And when it goes into the body, it's about 100 times or 1,000 times the concentration that you would by taking the water bottle, which really helps overall because you don't need to wait the 30-day period to see really substantial changes in the body and the gut biome. You can get those changes right away, and you can feel it when it acts as an anti-inflammatory aid for things like sinuses and irritated pathways throughout the body.
So Charles just sitting here doing it, so he's getting the benefit, but if you brain tappers out there, you can do this with BrainTap. So you can be using the BrainTap. Now all the activity you're doing with neuro entrainment, brainwave entrainment, now you've got more energy to do the work. And we've also, those of you that have the NeuroCheck, we've actually measured this. It's incredible, it's phenomenal what happens in the body because the body responds well to this, to hydrogen. We need it, and most people aren't building enough in their gut. You know, when you think about gut health, they're doing a lot of things. This kind of bypasses all the need for doing all that. Although you can still do those things, obviously it's going to help it. So what other therapies do they do at the same time as this? Because a lot of people do a lot of different therapies, not just BrainTap, there's other things they can do.
One of the interesting things about this technology is that it acts as such an augmented complementary therapy to a lot of other things. It's not the case that it's restrictive in what you can do, because if it doesn't help you, because you're hydrated, you're perfectly healthy, and everything's working, it doesn't hurt you. There's no side effects for the actual technology, and it enables your body to actually be really susceptible or receptive to other modalities. So what we find in our center that we use it for is we use it with microcurrent therapy, with the BrainTap, PEMF, and it works in conjunction with all these different verticals and different technologies to enable the body to be healthier, better, and faster at recovering and using its natural processes.
People do buy this for their home, right?
Yes.
I mean, you can even buy it for your home. You can use it. I've heard that some people put it in their bedroom and they just go to sleep using it and do that. So what are some other ways people are using the hydrogen?
Depending on the issue and depending on what your goal is, there's a whole set of protocols to use the technology with. So for the commercial model, we have it at a 10% hydrogen flow rate through, so about 10% of the air you're breathing is hydrogen. The professional models that we have here today are about 2 to 3%, depending on the breath that you're taking in. The recreational devices or the home devices are at 1.5 to 1%. So what does that really mean? Well, it means that you really want to saturate your body And if you have, for example, respiratory problems or issues or irritant swelling from allergens, you want to give your body enough time to acclimate to that saturation process, which means you might go to sleep with it, and it might help with your snoring, it might help with your actual irritated pathways, it might improve your overall sleep. Because when your body's more hydrated, it also means that your fascia is more thermally conductive, which means you're not having sleep regulation problems. It means that your body's overall more structurally dynamic, so you can respond to things. And it helps decrease the likelihood of compounding issues or cascading failure issues that impede the brain's functionality. And as we all know, if you get better sleep, you're going to have a better overall experience living, because you're going to have less inflammatory response issues, you're going to have less immune issues, and your overall health's going to be better across the board.
So if you're one of the BrainTap offices and you're interested, go check it out where?
When we put on the headphones, it has a permeability value. So a lot of stroke patients, for example, we find at our centers, get significant reduction of the oxidized agents in the crystallized cell endings. So it helps carry out those debris and restore functionality of the brain. So what we're finding a significant value of is when people put the headphones on and have the hydrogen go through the ear canal, it can actually have a restorative factor to the brain. And that's just an amazing feature that we're actually looking forward to.
Excellent.
AxiomH2.com or AxiomH2 Global, or First Alternative Therapies.
Right. Put in BrainTap so they know you heard it here. Please share this with your family, your friends, everyone you know, because oxygen is a depleted commodity in the body because of our gut biome. People are eating poorly, they're not eating correctly, and you know, people think gas is a problem, but if we're not making gas, you know, we have a real problem. So this is going to help your body function on every level. So go do your research at the website, check it out below, like, share this with your family. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.